But when you go to Michigan, it's a deep bench.
Yeah.
It's a deep
Good
bench.
players, really
good players, but you stay the course. That's like a thing that you have, right? Regardless of the obstacle.
Yeah.
You stay the course. I kind of really went through that. Like I grew up in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Unbelievable athletes.
Yeah.
I'm playing middle school football, but so is Kevin Falk.
Wow.
So they're like running over. Everybody's
course.
going to Kevin.
Yeah,
He's the best.
That's my boy.
Right? I know. He was the man.
Yeah.
You know, I got a great story about Kevin.
Uh-huh.
One time we're playing him. I'm a sophomore in high school. Kevin's a senior.
Yeah.
They always made him the quarterback.
Really?
Because they wanted to make sure he had the ball every time.
Yeah.
We got to the 1 yard line, almost score. They stop us 4th and 1. Kevin runs a 99-yard quarterback sneak.
No.
Oh, hey, you just dive. At that point, when he gets in front of you, you dive because you don't want to be chasing him when he opens it up to 30 yards when he scores the end zone. So, he was just amazing. But you stay the course, right?
Yeah.
You're going into your last year, and you're still competing for a spot.
Totally.
There's got to be some pride in that, though, knowing that you went out and earned that position.
Yeah, and I think like when I look back at high school, it's like didn't start as a freshman, had to work really hard to even make the team my second year. Okay, became the starter. Then I tried out for varsity, had to work really hard to be the starter on varsity. Had to work really hard my 4th year to get recruited, make it to Michigan. I'm 7th on the depth chart, but because I loved it, I never minded working hard. I never minded like working on my throw mechanics, working on my drops, going in the weight room and trying to be a little bit stronger, be a little more sturdy in the pocket, eating a little bit better as time went on. And then it's like, okay, at Michigan, you go from 7th to now going to my second year, and I'm kind of like, maybe this Michigan is too much for me, you know? And I questioned myself for a little bit because I was like, I'm like 3rd or 4th on the depth chart. The guy who's the starter is only 1 year ahead of me, so maybe I'll never play here if he plays good because the coaches seem to love him. And there was a sports psychologist that came into my life. His name was Greg Harden, and Greg unfortunately passed away. And he was a mentor for me, but a lot of other great athletes at Michigan, Michael Phelps and Desmond Howard. And he would always call it like self-defeating attitudes and behaviors, and that we all have them. And we all have the poor me, I'm not getting my chance, let me blame someone else.
Yep.
And it was like, he was like, I'm tired of that shit. Like, fucking knock that off. Yeah. Like, you ain't dealing with that anymore. Like, you're gonna come in here, I'm gonna start working with you, we're gonna change your fucking attitude.
That inner bitch, you gotta kick her in the ass.
All the time.
You gotta kick, because we all have it. That inner one, that inner bitch starts going, hey, I'm here, you gotta put your foot in his ass and get him out of there.
Yeah, always. And it was like, it always creeps into your mind, especially when you're, okay, let's say you're a California kid and you're kind of babied by everybody. Then you go to the Midwest and it's cold. But it was before the cell phones. Like, you couldn't just pick up the cell phone and call your parents. And they were a long way. You're out there on your own. You need to grow up. You need to start assuming responsibility for life. And then if you don't have a lot of champions for you, then you better become a champion for yourself. And you better try to develop confidence within yourself so that you can grow up and be the kind of person or player or student or whatever you want to be. You don't have to be an athlete. You got to do what you want in your life. And everyone, you wanted to be a great wrestler. You wanted to be a great MMA champion. Like, that's up to you. And now you had a lot of people to support you. But that had to be when you wake up in the morning, you're probably thinking about, submissions.
Yeah,
you're probably thinking about all right, if I fight that guy, this is how I'm going to handle it. For me, I was brushing my teeth in the morning thinking about my throwing mechanics.
Yeah.
I'm looking in the mirror okay, if I want to, look this guy off, this is what I'm going to do. And there was just a great, I'd call it a metamorphosis in a good way. You got to change over time, and you're constantly changing as a result of the experiences that kind of come in front of you. And I'm very blessed that things didn't go my way for my high school career that weren't easy. In my college career, I almost think about leaving my sophomore year. My junior year, my 3rd year, I'm the backup and we win the national championship. Then I go into my 4th year and I'm competing my ass off with a true freshman. And I'm like, how am I competing? I'm thought I was better. I probably wasn't that much better, but maybe a little bit. And maybe I should thought I was better than I was, but that's not like I had some great year my 4th year. And then going into my last year, they named me team captain. But I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna be a pro quarterback. But of course, no one else probably thought that. And I had a pretty good senior year. And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get drafted in the 2nd or 3rd round. And I get drafted in the 6th round. But those were all great things for me. Because when we look back, I'm like, yeah, had I been a top recruit, had I been a top draft pick, I don't know, would my work ethic be the same? Would I think, well, I don't know, maybe I'm better than these guys. Maybe I could skip that day. Or because you know why? I've seen so many guys do that at this point. All the guys
all the best ones.
I know, it's like the guys that usually have the most talent never had to develop the work ethic. And they never had to really deal with adversity. Like, and I look in the pro level now, and now that I'm 48 and I'm part of football and I'm part of a team, and I want to see what guys are made of when it doesn't go their way. Like, fuck when it goes well and everyone's patting you on the back, or you get a contract, or you make all the money that you want. Or it's like, how about when you throw 3 interceptions in a game? I want to hear what you say to the media after that.
Yes.
Because that's going to tell me about who you are. Are you going to say, what was this guy's fault, or that guy was a play caller, or be passive aggressive? Or are you going to take ownership and say, you know what, like, it was my fault. I messed up. And I'm going to make sure that I don't do that again. And I'm going to show you guys, my teammates, my coaches, that through my work ethic and my attitude, that I'm actually going to put my actions behind my words. And when I've had teammates that do that, that's when we've had the best teams.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're my receiver and I'm the quarterback, and we fuck up a ball. And the first thing I say is, hey, my fault, man. I'll make a better throw. And then if you say, no, I got to run a better route. Then I know you got chemistry.
Yeah, we're locked in.
But if I'm like,
this
guy can't, and you're going, this guy can't throw. And I see it all the time. And you're just like, okay, it's never going to work. It might work for a little bit, but in terms of the real competition, I know I don't have to worry about those guys. I got to worry about the guys that are always looking at themselves going, how can I be better? How can I be a better teammate? How can I show up with a better attitude? How can I put the team first more often? How can I work harder? Like, how can I help my receivers be better? How can I make the line be better? How can I make the coaches be better? Which means you have to be selfless.
Yep.
And how can you be a selfish person in a team sport?